Hi guys, it's me Sin from Sin's Tumblers, and I'm here with the Epoxy Resin store, and today we're going to show you how to glitter a tumbler using epoxy. So here's what we're going to need. You're going to need gloves. Always wear gloves when working with epoxy. We're also going to need our glitter. Today we're using fine glitter. You're going to need mixing cups to mix your epoxy, mixing sticks. You're going to need your epoxy. We're using Lightning Cure from the Epoxy Resin store. You're going to need your cup. This cup has already been sanded, washed, and spray painted. So this cup is ready to go. You're going to need a stick with a foam insert to hold your cup. And we are also going to need a torch. This is the torch that I like to use, but they also have smaller torches which you can use. Like these ones. These ones work well also, but my preference is this big one right here. So let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and take our foam insert and stick it into our cup. I like to push the insert a couple inches down. That way the epoxy, if some were to get in the cup, it doesn't fuse to the foam insert. Okay, now that we have that, I have my gloves on. What we're going to do is we're going to mix our epoxy. We're going to need, let's work with 15 mLs. Alright, so you're going to take your epoxy and we're going to pour part B first. And we're going to pour 7.5 milliliters of part B. And then we're going to pour 7.5 milliliters of part A. Equaling a total of 15 milliliters. We're going to take our popsicle stick and we're going to mix the epoxy slowly. You want to make sure that you're scraping the sides and the bottom of your cup. When you're working with Lightning Cure, you only need to mix the epoxy for about 60 to 90 seconds. So let's go ahead and mix that. Now we're getting, if you notice that you're getting some bubbles in your epoxy, these bubbles right here like this, these are fine. These are easy to pop. Don't get scared. Those will pop with the torch. What we don't want are those tiny little micro bubbles. Alrighty, it looks like our epoxy is just about ready. So I'm gonna just give it a few more swirls. Make sure I'm scraping the bottom and the sides. Okay. Looks good. Alright, so I forgot to mention, make sure you have a sheet that you can place underneath the tumbler that you will be glittering, so that make sure you have a sheet of paper that you can place underneath the tumbler that you'll be glittering, so that any glitter that falls onto this and you can put it back into your cup. Alright, so we're gonna have our glitter handy, and we're going to take our epoxy and we're gonna just apply it directly to the cup. Now, when we are adhering glitter using epoxy, we want to make sure that we have a nice layer of epoxy all around the cup. If your epoxy is on there too thin, it's not really gonna have the glitter hold on. The glitter's not gonna hold on that well, and what can happen is that your glitter will start kind of like coming off, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure that you have enough epoxy on there to hold the glitter, but you don't want to have too much that your cup is going to come out looking globby. It'll look like globs of glitter on there. Okay, so there we go. And of course you want to make sure that you coat the bottom of the cup as well. So you see this right here, this is excess epoxy. We want to make sure that we remove the excess epoxy and just go ahead and put it back into your cup. Alright, so this looks good. Go ahead and turn your cup around, make sure that there's no excess epoxy, or if there's any places where you're like, oh, I'm missing epoxy there, now would be the time to add it. Okay, once you're happy with that, you're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove our glove, and we're gonna torch this just to pop any bubbles that are in our epoxy. Be careful, you do not want to burn your hands. I just like to give it one pass around. If you go over it too many times, you could risk burning your epoxy, and you don't want to do that. It gets hard and then the glitter's not going to stick. Alright, here we go. Okay, and then you just put your glitter on just like that. Okay, any glitter that has fallen on the paper, all you're gonna do is you're gonna put it back into your cup, and then you're gonna take that glitter and you're gonna keep glittering your cup just like that. Okay, I need a little bit more. And don't forget to do the bottom of your cup. I just like to give my cup a good little tap, boom boom, for any excess glitter to come off. Okay, now this cup, I am going to roll it, and this is going to help me press down any glitter. So just like this, easy, not too hard. You don't want to like move the glitter off. You just want to lightly roll it. And if you want to just roll it directly on the paper and not like have the paper roll over it, you can. Totally up to you. And we're gonna pat down. You can even pat down lightly with your fingers, with your gloved hand. that is how you glitter a tumbler using epoxy. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you guys next time. Bye!